Okay, Willemijn, you gave today the creative thinking session. So can you
Yes.
tell us a little bit how you think the day went?
Yes, I thought today went really well. The students were really focused and really positive, and there was really a good vibe between people within the teams. It was kind of a coincidence because I didn't really think about how to divide the students. It was done randomly by taking a lottery ticket, but it was really a good division, and I heard a lot of laughter, so that's really good. And I also think that they did very well in following the assignments, and they really understood the brainstorming part of it. And I think, I mean, there's always some yes, but how am I going to do la 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 la? But I think they really noticed it really quickly when they did it, and then they tried not to do it, and that's the whole point of it. So
Great,
yeah,
wonderful.
good day.
Great. And any highlights particularly of today?
I thought the energizers were really cool because between the making a brainstorm question and coming up with ideas, I introduced an energizer in which they really ran around a lot, and it was really fun to see what kind of weird stuff they came up with. So for me, that was really fun to see. Also in the afternoon, yeah, it was basically the same. And oh yeah, at one point there was one team that was kind of stuck, and then I told them to swap the question around and make it negative instead of positive, and use also the ideas from the first brainstorm, and that went really well. And then in the end, there was like, "Oh my God, we have such a cool idea, and now we're gonna work it out, la la la." And it was really like, I don't know where it came from, but now I have it. So that was really because they were so stuck in the beginning, and then in the end, they were so happy with their idea. So that was really
Wonderful.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, great. And can you tell us a little bit about the ideas and the pitches that were presented during the day at the
Yeah,
end?
there were 6 pitches, and some teams really had it focused on a particular service or a party or whatever. But there were also 2 teams that had really a technical solution, and there was one team in particular had a cool solution to make some sort of airplanes in which you generate the energy yourself within the airplane to fly the airplane. So, for example, by working out in the airplane and by using the biomass from the toilets and the garbage to create energy for the plane. I think that's a really cool thinking. I think if you elaborate on that a bit further, then if you can save energy within your flight, I think that's a nice way to think. And I also think that there are possibilities there.
Yeah, because that matches the assignment that you gave to the teams. And what was sort of the headline of the assignment? Because you were talking
Oh
about
yeah, the
planets.
headline of the assignment was how biofuels can be used more within the KLM airplanes, and it's kind of a complicated issue with Schiphol and the biofuels producers, because biomass is used not only for biofuel but also for other stuff. Then there is the where you create the biofuel is not where the airplanes are, and then there is the stuff that biofuel is way more expensive than normal fuel. So there were a few challenges for that case, and there was also a challenge how to make the transition to more sustainable living in the area of Utrecht, and how to make it also nice for the people and not only not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from your point of view, which one was the best pitch? I mean, they're all great, they're all, very creative, but
Yeah.
which one really
The
caught
best
your attention?
the best idea was the one with the airplane flying in itself, and the best pitch I think was the final pitch.
Okay.
Those guys were really, I'm gonna tell this story, and they introduced themselves, which I think is a very good thing, and they had a really good story.
Yeah.
So
What was their story about?
their story was about creating biofuel from the biomass from households and use that for your airport.
Well, how have you experienced today? What did you like about today?
Today, what I liked was that we met a lot of new people, and I think a lot of people also joining the journey this summer. And also, yeah, just be creative and do a lot of new things and a lot of funny games. And yeah, that was really learnful. And yeah, a great variety of different things. So not only sitting there and having some ideas, but also walking around and form couples and stuff like that. So that was really interesting.
Have you met many people here today? Many cool people?
Yeah, some people from my study, from Utrecht, and also from Wageningen, which I knew already. But yeah, a lot of interesting people. They're all motivated to do something. So it's nice in a group to have motivated people in there. So
And what do you think is the most valuable for you today?
today, um, yeah, I think just to work in a group with other people and have all different ideas and bring them together and communicate with other people and work in the time constriction. With you have like 5 minutes for this, 10 minutes for that, and yeah, I think that's good to have a good group process in that. So that was interesting.
What do you think about the facilitator? She's facilitating everything.
Yeah, she's very enthusiastic. That's really nice. And open-minded, and yeah, she lets you do the work as well. And yeah, I think she expressed herself pretty well. So it's good to follow her and to be part of the whole program.
After this day, what do you expect for the journey?
I expect for the journey. I think it's the same as we did today actually. So being active, have a lot of brainstorm sessions. Be creative, and yeah, actually that, yeah.
Cool. And do you think is there anything today you think you would like to apply later in your studies or career or your personal life?
Yeah, I just liked the group work, and I miss that during my normal master program. That you're just sitting, following lectures of teachers, and yeah, you cannot really participate in a thinking process or something like that. You only learn for your courses or do a project, but yeah, not like this. That you really try to focus on a problem and try to come up with solutions and stuff like that. So that's really nice about the program.
Do you think you would like to be involved in a startup out of an idea like this? Or?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to do that. Yeah, maybe at the moment it's a bit early, but I think even after the journey, when you improve your qualities and get more ideas how to do things, then I think that would be really an option.
How do you like this day?
Yeah, it's really nice. I really like to meet all the other people that they're joining, and the whole brainstorming is really fun.
For me, this is the first time that I am with people from Climate Kick, because I joined in May or April, I think. So it's fun to meet everyone and to see where everybody's going, and I really like the setting up of this day.
Cool. What do you feel is the most valuable you've learned today?
Well, it's what she already said, is that at university we're forced to think very scientifically and not very creatively, and I think that's really valuable of what we do with the ideation sessions, but also during the Sparks, is that we really learn to think out of the box and generate new ideas, and that's really valuable, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's also the part that I like the most. This is my first time how I see how you really have to brainstorm and do a certain method for it. That's the thing I really like about it.
Are things here today you want to bring back to your studies or to your career? Or?
I think you could use the brainstorm session for a certain part. When you're doing an assignment or
you get stuck maybe, then this is really good to get out of situations where you normally wouldn't really find an easy solution.
Yeah, cool. Do you have any questions?
Well, I was wondering about the biggest difference between what you do at your studies and what you do here. Why is it so different?
I think that would be the very theoretical, scientific versus creative and innovative and doing something that is new. Because in our study program we learn existing models, existing ways to look at things, and here we develop new ways to approach a problem rather than using what has already been done.
Yeah, it's all packed in your studies, and here you can think any direction you want.
Yeah.
So.
Is it something you'd like to do more? Maybe start up your own company?
You first have to come up with the ID, so
Yeah,
I think that's the first step. So you cannot
I
just
agree.
start a company because you want to start a company.
no.
So days like this can give you new ideas and new motivations for doing something like that.
Yeah, and I think that to start a new company, I think that is something that you do when you encounter something that you think is really valuable to develop, and not just out of the blue. You start looking for something that you can do.
It's true, but are you looking for an opportunity, maybe in the journey?
Not specifically. I think I'm open for it, but I'm not genuinely looking for anything.
Actually, I was thinking about the ID and looking for opportunities for it, but when I got with Climate Kick, I noticed that there was already a company started within Climate Kick with the same ID. It was WeAct in Zurich, and it's about serious gaming. So I have to find something else, man.
You have to find something else, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of opportunities in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, or do an internship at WeAct, but
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm out of question.
How do you like the facilitator today?
Yeah, she's really nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she found a very interesting way to make people do something that they're not used to. I mean, these things can be really forced, and people can feel forced, but I don't feel forced to think out of the box and do something that I wouldn't do, because she brings it very, very lightly, and I think that's really good
and energetic.
and energetic. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay, well, many thanks for participating in the interview. Can you tell me shortly maybe how, what's your experience so far from your day?
Until now, I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's something really different of what I usually do, so it's a cool day until now.
Okay, wonderful. And how about you?
I think it's been really inspiring to talk to a lot of different people here, and we've seen some of the people already at previous Sparks, but now it's nice to finally see everybody in action and have a full day, because the Sparks so far have been very short, only an hour or very limited time to work on ideas, and this has been good for idea generation and really to get going and to feel what it's like to go through the whole process, which I think is a perfect start for the summer school.
Right. And your experience with creative thinking so far, and with the day of today, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, until now, before that, I didn't have any experience with creative thinking, but I think it was a really cool workshop. Kind of kick-started how you generate ideas, and it's actually quite fun.
Okay, great.
I think I definitely had experienced some of the elements before, but there were also a lot of new elements to me, which are very good to be aware of. So I think it's been a productive day in that sense.
Wonderful, right. And can you tell me a little bit about the group that you're in? Because there are 6 groups, so which group are you?
The
Or
best
what you're
group,
doing
of
so
course.
Of course. You mean in with what kind of challenge we're doing, or?
No, there was a cartoon group, I think. There was the Disney
Oh, what were
group.
we? Disney
We were the
movies.
Disney group.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
Were
that's
the
Disney
true.
movies.
Okay.
It didn't really play a major role
No,
during
it
the day.
didn't.
No.
Okay.
We selected Simba as our character, but that's
Oh,
that's
right.
all.
Okay, and then you had to put some post-its together to associate ideas that you had with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what was your highlight so far? I know the day hasn't finished yet, but so far, what can you say was the highlight?
It's difficult to pick because it's all connected.
Connected, yeah.
What I like were those exercises that we're doing here in the center, which is more yeah, showing and interacting with each other, playing, running around crazy in the room.
Yeah,
It's more fun.
the
Not
unexpected factor.
Yes.
Yeah,
not only the thinking, but actually doing something.
exactly. Yeah. And how about you?
I really like the presenting. So when we were able to present our ideas, so far it was only within the group, but I really like it when you can explain something you've been working on and try to condense your productivity within 2 minutes. That for me, that's really a challenge always, and I really like to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Any improvements so far that you can say, well, I noticed this could be done better. Any highlights that you can mention about improvements?
I think what's good is that we were put in teams that we couldn't select ourselves, so you were forced to cooperate with people from very different backgrounds, because otherwise it's kind of dangerous always that you select people that you already know. What would have been nice maybe is if we could have come up with our own issue. So right now there was this landscape issue surrounding Utrecht, which I'm not really working with that in my studies or in my
We don't
experience,
really
so
know anything about
there's no
it.
connection to the topic really.
Yeah. Right. And you, maybe any ideas, any improvements so far?
I'm still kind of getting it. I've never done something like this before, so it's just a great experience until now, and getting new ideas and working together. It's a fun day.
And spending time together and
Yes.
networking, know each other better. And
Yes.
Cool. Okay, well, many thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
was just wondering, what's different between what you do here and what you do at your study?
To me, it feels that the difference is in the output you're trying to create, because here although the focus is really explicitly put on creative thinking, I feel that actually in your studies that's also what you do a lot more than what it sounds like. You have to really try to come up with new ways of looking at literature or findings. It's just the way you're trying to present it in the end. Here you're trying to make it useful and implementable, and in my studies I feel it's more focused on the theoretical, the knowledge gap always, which is just not so practical to use in the end.
And in our studies, we're forced to analyze things, to judge things, and here it's more the other way around, that they tell us, please don't judge, don't analyze, try to be open-minded. So I would say that's the biggest difference.
Well, but they do, but just at a later stage. Because here right now, in the end, you have all these ideas, but then you still need to come back to something that you can really do, and you need to select the best one.
Yeah.
It's just, there's another process before.
Even in university, we always get already during the process of
That's true,
thinking,
yeah.
we always stop thinking here because
Yeah.
it's not possible.
Yeah.
And then you have to go on.
Is it something you'd like to bring back to your studies, maybe after the journey? Or isn't it simply possible?
I'm not sure whether it's possible in university because there are those certain structures, but for yourself, I think it's possible to just be open about your projects, and then maybe not letting professors put you down and get out of the idea right away.
And university is not really focused on the type of output you're trying to create here in the program. So it's a different goal they have, and much of the knowledge in the university is still shared through the literature. So it's through magazines and journals, which have a very different way of, they require a different way of analysis than what we're doing here. Because here it's just much more about the creative part and what you could possibly think of, rather than what someone else has already thought of. So I think within the university it has limited use within the current system. So you would need to revise that system in order for it to have a bigger implication to the processes on a day-to-day basis.
Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I thank you for taking the time for this interview. Can you give me a short introduction, who you are, what you study?
I'm Joost de Baas. I'm studying here at Wageningen. I'm studying biology, and I want to go on doing a master in management innovation for life sciences.
Okay, great. And so far, can you give me a short summary of your impressions of the day today?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's a lot of information you get, and it's just going really quick as well. But you get to a product in one day already, which is, I think, could be fun. And I'm looking forward to the whole journey, because that's going to be 5 weeks. So we'll see how intensive it is. But that's going to be even a better product, I think. I hope.
And in which
the second one in August. I'll be going to Germany first, and then to Munich, Switzerland, and then last week I'll be here in Wageningen again.
Okay, great.
That's okay.
Yeah. And is today a little bit according to your expectations, or is it slightly different?
Yeah, I heard about like idea generation. I think this is kind of what it's like, and I've done stuff like this before. But it's always nice to have new insights and come up with new ideas. I've never done it on the subject of innovation like this.
Okay, and there were 6 groups. In which group were you?
The Looney Tunes.
And which one?
The Looney Tunes.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the group and what you did?
Yeah, we were just with 5 people in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, so we had a small group. So, well, we had, in the end, we had 2 different ideas. So one very technical, and the other was very about service oriented. So we had to make a decision which one to pick, and we went with the technical one. So that's the idea we're developing now.
And why did you pick the technical one?
Yeah, it was a tip from the guidance woman who said, yeah, if you want to do something, go with technical, because that's where you can innovate the most. Because instead of service oriented. So.
Yeah, I was wondering how this day or this exercise is different from what you normally do at your studies.
Well, what I think biology, it's a lot of research, a lot of theory, and here you're acting, you're doing, and you're more involved instead of just reading about being involved. Here you're actually involved. So I think that's good.
Is it something you look for?
Yeah. I always think back like maybe I should have done HBO, because it's more practical and you get to be involved in the real projects, which is on university level it's only something you do later on, or maybe not even in your master's, but only when you start working for real. So.
You're looking maybe to do your own startup one day, or?
Yeah, that's always it's been a dream of mine, but yeah, I have many ideas, but it's hard to be involved in studying as well as other activities. I like doing sports as well, so. But I have some ideas, but I want to get some information as well and some knowledge about how to start up the business as well. Because as a biology student, you don't learn how to set up a business. So.
Any highlights so far today that you could say, well, that I really enjoyed?
Well, I think everything is like being taken care of really well, so I think that's really nice. The overall experience, I mean, there's lunch was provided us really well. I think the little exercises we did, I think that's good for the group dynamics.
Which little exercises you mean?
Like clapping and just accepting things like you had to come up with an idea and you had to accept the idea and build on it as well. And that's a way to become more creative, I think.
Yeah, and maybe any improvements that you could say, well, maybe that would be done better next time.
Oh, tough question. No, I don't, not that I know of right now.
Okay, wonderful. Do you have any more questions there? No. Okay, great. Well, many thanks for the interview and have a
No
nice
problem.
day so far.
Thank you.